Savitri, Book 10, The Book of the Double Twilight, Canto 4, The Dream Twilight of the Earthly Real. The woman answered to the mighty shade, and as she spoke, mortality disappeared. Her goddess self grew visible in her eyes. Light came, a dream of heaven, into her face. O death, thou too art God, and yet not he, but only his own black shadow on his path. As leaving the night, he takes the upward way, and drags with him its clinging, inconscient force. Of God, unconscious, thou art the dark head. Of his ignorance, thou art the impenitent sign. Of its vast tenebrous womb, the natural child. On his immortality, the sinister bar. All contraries are aspects of God's face. The many are the innumerable one. The one carries the multitude in his breast. He is the impersonal, inscrutable soul. He is the one infinite person seeing his world. The silence bears the Eternal's great dumb seal. His light inspires the eternal word. He is the immobile's deep and deathless hush, its white and signless blank negating calm. Yet stands the Creator Self, the Almighty Lord, and watches his will done by the forms of gods, and the desire that goads half-conscious man, and the reluctant and unseeing night. These wide, divine extremes, these inverse powers, are the right and left side of the body of God. Existence balanced twixt two mighty arms confronts the mind with unsolved abysms of thought. Darkness below, a fathomless light above. In light are joined, but sundered by severing mind, stand face to face, opposite, inseparable, two contraries needed for his great world task, two poles whose currents wake the immense world force. In the stupendous secrecy of his self, above the world brooding with equal wings, he is both in one, beginningless, without end. Transcending both, he enters the absolute. His being is a mystery beyond mind. His ways bewilder mortal ignorance. The finite in its little sections parked, amazed, credits not God's audacity, who dares to be the unimagined all, and see and act as might one infinite against human reason. This is his offense, being known to be forever unknowable, to be all and yet transcend the mystic whole, absolute, to lodge in a relative world of time, eternal and all-knowing, to suffer birth. Omnipotent, to sport with chance and fate, spirit, yet to be matter and the void, illimitable, beyond form or name, to dwell within a body, one and supreme, to be animal and human and divine. A still, deep sea, he laughs in rolling waves. Universal, he is all, transcendent, none. To man's righteousness, this is his cosmic crime. Almighty, beyond good and evil, to dwell, leaving the good to their fate in a wicked world, and evil to reign in this enormous scene. All opposition seems, and strife and chance, and aimless labor, with but scanty sense, to eyes that see a part and miss the whole. The surface men scan, the depths refuse their search. A hybrid mystery challenges the view, or a discouraging, sordid miracle. Yet, in the exact inconscience, stark conceit, in the casual error of the world's ignorance, a plan, a hidden intelligence is glimpsed. There is a purpose in each stumble and fall. Nature's most careless lolling is a pose preparing some forward step, some deep result. Ingenious notes plugged into a motived score, these million discords dot the harmonious theme of the evolution's huge orchestral dance. A truth supreme has forced the world to be. It has wrapped itself in matter as in a shroud of death, a shroud of ignorance. It compelled the suns to burn through silent space, flame signs of its uncomprehended thought, in a wide, brooding ether's formless muse. It made of knowledge a veiled and struggling light, of being a substance nescient, dense and dumb, of bliss, the beauty of an insentient world. In finite things, the conscious infinite dwells. Involved, it sleeps in matter's helpless trance. It rules the world from its sleeping, senseless void. Dreaming, it throws out mind and heart and soul to labor crippled, bound on the hard earth. A broken whole it works through scattered points. Its gleaming shards are wisdom's diamond thoughts. Its shadowy reflex our ignorance. It starts from the mute mass in countless jets. It fashions a being out of brain and nerve, a sentient creature from its pleasures and pangs, a pack of feelings obscure, a dot of sense, survives a while, answering the shocks of life. Then, crushed, or its force spent, leaves the dead form, leaves the huge universe in which it lived, an insignificant, unconsidered guest. But the soul grows, concealed within its house. It gives to the body its strength and magnificence. It follows aims in an ignorant, aimless world. It lends significance to Earth's meaningless life.